Hello everyone. Now let's try to understand the biochemical oxygen demand, or as we call it, BOD. So first of all, you must be knowing that some oxygen is always dissolved in water. If it is surface, if it is some water stream, or if it is fresh wastewater, then there will be some dissolved oxygen in it. With time it will be consumed, but if it is fresh, then some dissolved oxygen can be there. Apart now, why do we need this dissolved oxygen? So we are talking about the water streams. So for the survival, one of the reasons can be for the survival of aquatic life, and for this aquatic life we need a minimum of 4 ppm of dissolved oxygen. Now here let's talk about wastewater. Now why do we need dissolved oxygen in case of wastewater? So wastewater contains organic matter. Obviously that's what we are trying to remove in the treatment plants. Now this organic matter is of two types, that is biodegradable, and other one is non-biodegradable. Now non-biodegradable we'll take later, but let's talk about this biodegradable organic matter. Now some microorganisms are there that can oxidize this biodegradable organic matter under the presence of oxygen, and these microorganisms or bacteria are known as aerobic bacteria or aerobic microorganisms. So what do? They under the they use the oxygen to oxidize your biodegradable organic matter. Now we can define our BOD, that is your requirement of oxygen, or we can say oxygen required by these microorganisms or the aerobic microorganisms to oxidize biodegradable organic matter, and that's how this BOD is defined. We can write one definition also. So that is oxygen required by microorganisms. Let's write, okay, let it be microorganisms to carry out biological decomposition of organic matter under the aerobic conditions. And all these processes or reactions are also affected by the temperature. So at standard temperature, that also we can add here. So that's how this BOD or biochemical oxygen demand is defined. And why do we use this biochemical oxygen demand? It can be used for finding out the quantity of oxygen that is required to stabilize all the organic matter, or at least the biodegradable organic matter. Apart from that, it can be used to find out the size of treatment units in the wastewater treatment plant, and we can find out the efficiency. So how much BOD is removed by some treatment process, that will tell the efficiency of that process. Other than that, we can find out the strength of sewage. So if BOD is more, then obviously the biodegradable organic matter is in more quantity. We can further classify this organic matter into two groups, that is your carbonaceous matter and nitrogenous matter. And depending upon that, BOD can also be divided into two parts. That is, initially oxygen is used to oxidize, the bacteria uses the oxygen to oxidize this carbonaceous matter, and that required oxygen we term as simply BOD, or it is also called as first stage demand. Now some of the bacteria does the nitrification process. So if ammonia is present or nitrites are present, so these bacteria will convert these ammonia nitrites into nitrates, and that process we call as the nitrification. So the bacteria uses oxygen to for this conversion, and the required oxygen we term as NBOD or nitrogenous BOD, or we also call it as second stage demand. So the total BOD, if we are talking about total, so it will be the summation of carbonaceous demand as well as nitrification demand. So initially this carbonaceous matter is oxidized in the first stage, and in the second stage this nitrogenous demand is, or we can say this nitrification of the organic matter takes place. So summation of the two gives the total BOD, but normally we generally, we only find out the BOD or the oxygen required for the oxidation of this carbonaceous organic matter. So why this nitrification? It is starting after some time. So for that also there is a good reason. That is, the first of all, the bacteria which is used for this nitrification, these are autotrophs. What is an autotrophic bacteria? So these bacteria use the carbon from CO2. So they have to use some energy for the extraction of this carbon from CO2. So their reproduction rate is low. Whereas if we are talking about the bacteria which does this carbonaceous, which oxidizes this carbonaceous organic matter, it is a heterotrophic bacteria, and it can use the carbon which is, it can directly use the carbon for its survival which is present in organic matter. So the reproduction rate of this heterogeneous bacteria is high. So initially these heterogeneous bacteria are more in number, so they do the oxidization of this organic matter at a fast rate, and after some time has passed, after 6 to 10 days have been passed, then after that only these autotrophic bacteria which does the nitrification, they will be in sufficient number, and after that they can they can carry out the process of nitrification. So for our part we only try to find out this carbonaceous BOD, or simply the BOD. So the test, we can now see the tests which are required, the tests which are used to find out this BOD. So it is in the lab, it is find out using the dilution method. One more thing to know here is that this biochemical oxidation is a time taking process. So if you want to know the theoretical time which is required for this BOD to become 0, so if this is the plot between BOD remaining and time taken, so for this BOD to become 0 it will take infinite time theoretically, but in the lab when we do the test, it is found out that in 5 days 60 to 70% of organic matter is oxidized, and in 20 days around 95 to 99% of organic matter will be oxidized. So for our practical purposes we find out the BOD for 5 days. So for that, let's see this dilution method. So in this method we take a sample of this wastewater, and then this sample is diluted. That is, this dilution will be done by adding some aerated water along with some other nutrients also. So this will be your initial sample of 1 ml, 2 ml, 10 ml, whatever, and then we dilute it by adding the aerated water. So after that, after this dilution, we find out the initial, we find out the dissolved oxygen, and we call it as initial dissolved oxygen, and after finding out this initial dissolved oxygen, this sample is incubated for 5 days at standard temperature, and that standard temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So we denote the BOD for 5 days at 20 degrees Celsius. Both the terms are important. And after this incubation of 5 days, we again find out the dissolved oxygen and we call it as final dissolved oxygen. So the BOD, that is biochemical oxygen demand in 5 days, BOD 5 at 20 degrees Celsius, that's how we write it, and it will be equal to initial DO minus final DO, that is initial dissolved oxygen minus final dissolved oxygen into dilution factor. So we are finding out that in 5 days how much oxygen has been consumed by this wastewater sample, and because we have done the dilution, that's why we are multiplying it with dilution factor. So this dilution factor is found out as volume of diluted sample divided by volume of original sample or volume of undiluted sample. So let's say initially 10 ml sample was taken and we increased the volume by dilution to 100 ml. So we added 90 ml of diluted water. So total volume is 100 ml. So your dilution factor would be 100 divided by 10, that is 10. So that's how we find out. In some cases this percentage dilution will be given like 3% dilution, 5% dilution. So in that case you can find out the dilution factor as it will be equal to 100 divided by 5. So if we for this 5% dilution, if we talk in terms of 100 ml, so 5% dilution means that for 5 ml of wastewater sample you have converted it into 100 ml of diluted sample. That's why this dilution factor is 100 by 5, that is 20. So that way we can find out the this dilution factor, and by knowing the initial and final DO we can find out the BOD for 5 days. So why do we dilute this sample? So for that, the reason is originally if we only keep this wastewater sample, so it won't have the sufficient oxygen which can, it won't have the sufficient oxygen so that it can the bacteria can use that oxygen to oxidize the organic matter. So by adding this diluted water or this aerated water, by adding this aerated water we are providing sufficient oxygen in this incubation period. That's why this dilution is done. After that, let's see the formulation of this BOD equation. So this is the plot between oxygen equivalent of organic matter present, that is on y-axis, and between time. Oxygen equivalent of organic matter present is nothing but your BOD remaining. So we can, if we plot the graph between organic matter that is present or otherwise if you plot it for BOD that is remaining at a particular time, so both graph will be same. So from here we can write this equation, that is the BOD, the rate at which this BOD is being consumed or this organic matter is being oxidized, it will be proportional to the organic matter present, or in terms of BOD we can say that at which this rate, the rate at which this BOD is being consumed is proportional to the BOD that is remaining, and that is your equation for this graph. So at this point the rate will be high because BOD present is high or the organic matter present is high. At this point rate will be low because BOD or the organic matter present is low. So we can write this equation as dLT by dt is equal to, because it is decreasing, so minus K into LT. K is some constant here. Now initially this oxygen equivalent of organic matter is L0, or BOD initially is L0 we can say. Now if it is integrated between L0 to LT, LT is at any particular time t. So dLT we can write is equal to 0 to t for that time minus k into LT into dt. Now if you solve this equation, you will get LT is equal to L naught e to the power minus kt. Now LT, what does this represent? It represents the at any time what is the BOD remaining. But we find out, like earlier initially in this calculation, what did we find out? We find out the BOD that was consumed. So that's what we find out. So we can write BOD consumed will be equal to at any time t, it will be equal to L naught minus LT. So this is, let's say yt is your BOD consumed, so yt is equal to L naught minus LT is L naught e to the power minus kt, and that way BOD consumed at any time t is equal to L naught into 1 minus e to the power minus kt. So this can be one way, and if we want to find out the solution of the equation in terms of log base 10, so for that it will be equal to LT is equal to L naught e to the power minus, sorry, here e will not come, L naught 10 to the power minus kd into t, and here this kd is equal to k upon 2.303. So nothing is done. Instead of, normally if you solve this equation, it will be dLT upon LT, so it will give ln, and if you want to convert it into log, you will multiply it with 2.303, so 2.303 log LT, which will be equal to minus k into t. So if you divide this k by 2.303, and that gives you your kd. So this kd is also known as the deoxygenation constant, and it is dependent upon the temperature. Depends upon temperature. So it depends upon the temperature. So standard value what is given for 20 degrees Celsius, and if you want to convert this kd to another temperature, so kd at t degree Celsius is equal to kd at 20 degrees Celsius into 1.047 to the power t minus 20. So later we'll see example to see all this formula, application of all these. So LT, what does it gives you? It gives you the BOD that is remaining, that you should remember that using this formula we find out the BOD that is remaining. So we use this L naught minus LT to find out BOD that is consumed. So if we put the T is equal to infinite, what we'll get at y is equal to infinite, or we term it as ultimate BOD. So yu is equal to L naught 1 minus e to the power minus k into infinite, and that is equal to, simply this term will be 0. So ultimate BOD is equal to L naught. So that is known as your ultimate BOD. So here you can see that at t equal to infinite, all of the organic matter will be oxidized. So L naught was the initial BOD, or in this here we had written oxygen equivalent of this organic matter present, that was your L naught. So that is also your ultimate BOD.